G'day, boys. What's good? Eric was the first one in. G'day, Eric. Good to see you, mate. Where's the shirt at? It's in the bucket where it always is. What's up, Bilal's good eye? How are you, dude? Weston Wilson was a welder. Weston Wilson was a welder. He was. And he's retired from welding, mate. He's done. He made it out, brother. He made it out. You're next with the Muay Thai. How's the Muay Thai training been going, by the way, dude? How's the Muay Thai training been going? TY says I'm going to intro all over this. No, we're not. Absolutely not starting our streams with that, TY. Never again. What's up, Eric? How are you, dude? Good to see you, man. Who's in Paris? Are you in Paris? Have you traveled to Paris? Assalamu alaikum, my man. What's good? What's good with you, local taxi driver? Good to see you, dude. I hope you're well. What's up, Miguel? Good to see you, brother. I hope you're doing good. Hope everybody's good. Checking in, saying g'day. Oof. What is the word? How did we enjoy the corner video this morning? The 10 fighters to fight a single gorilla. It's hot as in Miami. Is it really, mate? It's actually starting. The cool snap is really starting to come into Melbourne lately, dude. The cool snap is starting to come in. We're hoodied up. I got the heater on in the corner of the room. Yeah. Des Moines, the Des Moines card is pretty good. Is this the one that's upcoming this weekend? The Sandhagen Figueiredo card. Yeah, I was originally thinking Figueiredo. I don't know if I'm going to be picking Figueiredo anymore. It's going good, man. I love it. Nice one, dude. So what, you've done 2 sessions a week a couple of weeks ago. So what, you're probably on like your 3rd or 4th week now? We got 5 months of extreme heat coming in. Corey sucks. Figueiredo doesn't look the fittest. Have you seen how Figueiredo's looking, Miguel? Figueiredo doesn't look exactly locked in anymore either. I don't know if Figueiredo is just fighting to make money. Yeah, I'm not sure. Bo Nickel versus DeRidler. We're going with DeRidler. Although, did you see maybe 2 or 3 days ago, Bo Nickel was talking about how he feels like he doesn't even want to throw takedowns anymore. He's not even going to try his wrestling anymore because he feels like he's got them Canelo hands. He feels like his boxing is just so elite. He doesn't even need to try wrestling anymore. Bo Nickel is living in a world of his own delusion. It's crazy. Bo is going to knock him out. I don't think he is, dude. I don't think he is. I think the Fiddler is very, very crafty, mate. Petey Yarn smashed Figueiredo. He did. That is very true, Miguel. That is very true. 1 motorcycle, 1 Francis. Yes, that is also the news, TY. That is also the news. I'm not going to be making any jokes about that or laughing about it. It is sad. It is very, very sad. So, I know how you guys on MMA YouTube want to be the edgiest ones in the room. I shan't be making any jokes about it. It's bloody horrible. Bo is more explosive than Riddler. Riddler's craftier. Riddler's got better grappling on the ground, better defensive jiu-jitsu. He's not too bad on the feet either, and Bo Nickel's feet, like, stand-up game is horrible. Just horrible. I missed 1 week because I got crook. That sucks, mate. That's alright. You're still back at it. At least you're feeling better, dude. At least you're feeling better. What's up, Christian Gray? How are you, dude? Good to see you, mate. Jeremy Stevens is back. Jeremy Stevens is back. I edge on the edge of my bed. That's what I mean. You guys on the internet want to be the edgiest you've ever edged. You ever been to Iowa? I've never been to Iowa, brother. Maybe one day I will. Who knows? Maybe one day I will. The 10-fighter lineup of who is going to be fighting a gorilla. The 10-fighter lineup. Now, JDM is getting deleted from the 10-fighter lineup. JDM is getting deleted. Because bloody Mick Ward came up with a great person that needs to go in there. Iowa is nice. Oh, nice, dude. Nice. What coast is that on? East Coast, West Coast? Ian Gary would tune up the gorilla. The gorilla would be making a meal out of Ian Gary. In fact, I forgot to mention in the video, the reason that I send Ian Gary in against the gorilla first is because the gorilla is a herbivore and Ian Gary is a vegan. This is why, mate. This is why. Why is this such a theme today? Did I miss something? For some reason, Twitter went absolutely crazy with could 100 men kill a gorilla? Because apparently there's some soy boys on Twitter that don't think 100 men could kill a gorilla, when obviously 100 men would easily overpower a gorilla. I put it to you that you only need 10 good MMA fighters to kill a gorilla. Des Moines is one of the best cities I've ever been to. Nice, dude. Nice. What's the best city that I've ever been to? Probably Canberra. Out of all the cities that I've been to, I'd say Canberra is probably the nicest one. Francis hit it. Francis, yeah, I'm not making any jokes about it, Super Shotgun. It's horrible. It's horrible. It's so sad. It is so sad. Did Joe Rogan come out with an animal versus human themed fight stream? No, Joe Rogan didn't come out with an animal human themed fight stream. It's taken off like wildfire on Twitter, so we're all jumping on it. Gorilla would run through John Jones. A gorilla would run through John Jones. But the way that it works is that Ian Gary and John Jones go after the gorilla first. They tackle the gorilla first and wear the gorilla out and bring him back down to earth. And that's when we send in secondary waves of people, you know? Gorilla would run right through John Jones. Canberra is full of politicians. Canberra is full of politicians, but because there's so many politicians there, it is such a nice city. Like, they keep it so clean. Nobody actually lives there because, like, the city shouldn't exist. It's only a political city. So, yeah, Canberra's full of politicians, but it's nice. Silverback gorilla or a normal? Any gorilla. Doesn't matter. But let's say a normal gorilla. But even pick a silverback gorilla. Anyone. 100 Dougies or a gorilla? Mate, 10 Dougies could kill a gorilla. Gorillas are easily the most overrated animal. Easily, dude. The idea, like, I don't understand why so many people are blown away with the idea that 10 men could kill a gorilla. Obviously, 10 men could kill a gorilla. Native African tribes killed and hunted gorillas. I like Perth. Perth isn't bad either. I like Perth too. Yep. They just get preyed on by 130-pound leopards. That's what, like, they're not apex predators, you know? They're not the kings of the jungle. They get murdered all the time out there. We just need to deploy Marab. No one can live through that yap nuclear explosion. So the gorilla's just sitting there. And then Marab comes down and just starts, the reason we must keep you in conservation farms, and just starts yapping away, and eventually the gorilla wants to off himself. Woeful, you were the one that said Jared Cannonier, dude. Yeah, we had to switch it up, mother. We had to switch it up, brother, not mother. Brother. Canberra is cold. Canberra is cold. Canberra is very, very cold. They hunted gorillas with spears. Yeah. That means we can kill them because, being able to use tools is part of the human being's mind. It's what makes us the apex predator. We can use tools around us. Silverback is just an adult male gorilla. It's not a specific species. Well, then, yeah, a full-grown silverback gorilla. 10 UFC fighters are killing it. Do we really think Ian Machado Gary doesn't beat the gorilla alone? He definitely does not. We're sending in Ian Gary first because Ian Gary's vegan. Gorillas are herbivores. The gorilla will eat Ian Gary like a toothpick, and then we're throwing in John Jones just to get rid of John Jones. Because a silverback could take, like, 25 MMA fighters if they don't have weapons. They don't need weapons. They just need a strategized battle plan. This is also how we hunted out on the savannah back in the early days. We just came up with strategies and battle plans. Like, you could get a run of 10 guys to outrun one leopard, but you just set them along the game trail at different intervals, and the leopard would eventually gas out. If these are unarmed men, I think it would take 30 men bare minimum. I disagree, Spectronometers. 10 men with a good game plan. Gorilla would beat the fuck out of Marab. A gorilla would destroy Marab. Put Mario Batista in the front line. We can only give up so many spots. We can only give up so many spots in the front lines, Woeful. Sean O'Malley would KO a gorilla. No, not even close. Like, Sean O'Malley can barely manage just being an athlete without his body breaking down, mate. If Sean O'Malley was fighting a gorilla, he would 100% get injured. Gorillas aren't nearly as strong as people think they are, by the way. They're about 1.5 times stronger than humans, pound for pound, but people think they are 20 times stronger. Yeah, I know, dude. I literally had someone in the comments section, Shotgun, saying the gorilla would throw John Jones around like the Hulk threw around Loki. And it goes to show, like, it's just the Marvel Gen Z mindset of human beings that don't actually picture 10 fully grown men with a well thought out battle plan and a simple gorilla. I had a premonition that Ian's run through the welterweight division and we all have to watch as he beats everyone. It's not going to happen, TY. Don't worry. That wasn't a premonition. That was a nightmare. Holland or Luque? Ooh, probably Luque. 100 gorillas versus 1 Cheeto. Cheeto wins. That's true, Woeful. Yeah, tribes of people with spears and arrows can take them out. Are we just fighting them hand to hand? Super Shotgun definitely got his nose ripped off like one of the single mums in the States. No, we're fighting it hand to hand. So we're locking a gorilla in an octagon. You're putting a gorilla in an octagon, and then we're selecting 10 MMA fighters to go into that octagon and fight that gorilla. So it's more like this, right? You gotta bring the gorilla to the top. The gorilla's in. Bring the gorilla to the top. Bring it to the front. I wonder if we can get like one of these. That's better. Yeah, let's do this. So there's just one gorilla chilling in an octagon. What's up, dude? There's just one gorilla chilling in an octagon, and we're getting 10 MMA fighters to go in there and take him out. That's what the goal. Okay, we got a more menacing gorilla. Let's get a more menacing gorilla. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. That's what we get. Yeah, mate. Yeah, that's beautiful, mate. That's bloody beautiful. One gorilla chilling inside of an octagon. 10 athletes on the outside to mess him up. Buddy hates gorillas more than GSP. A gorilla loses to a leopard, then 5 Aspinalls could definitely take. This is what I'm saying, Shotgun. Like, all you have to do is strategize properly, and you could easily have 10 men kill the gorilla. In fact, I believe you would only need 8 men, and we could get rid of 2 UFC athletes fairly easily, dude. I don't know why everyone in the MMA world is blown away by this. People watch Planet of the Apes and think it's real. That's legit what it is, Shocker. Literally. You guys are mixing that with chimps. Gorillas are like 5 times as strong. Leopards have knives for teeth. Yeah, and humans have the ability to choke. Humans have the ability to snap necks. Like, especially like when we throw in Ian Gary to go in first to fight the gorilla. Like, Ian Gary is going into the cage alone. It's just him versus the gorilla. The gorilla is going to tear Ian Gary apart, obviously. But then we can use the bones of Ian Gary and John Jones to attack the gorilla with. Like, the bones of Ian Gary and John Jones are the weapons that we are bringing into the cage, mate. What's up, Fight Talk Sports? I hope you're good, dude. I hope you're well. Hope you're having a good arvo, mate. Can't compare Tommy Aspinall to a leopard. Yeah, but you can compare Tommy Aspinall and Charles Oliveira. Is Chase Sherman an MMA fighter or... Okay, not Theo. How are you, dude? Sergey, Ngannou, Tom Almeida, and Pereira and Yuri is enough to finish the gorilla. I agree. We can use John Jones as bait. That's literally what John Jones and Ian Gary are for. They are simply just bait. They are simply just bait. That is exactly what they are for, boys. And Shotgun says, I'm not comparing 1 Aspinall to 1 leopard. I'm comparing 1 leopard to 5 Tom Aspinall, which is a much more fair comparison. I agree. I would say, listen, dude, Tom Aspinall is 260 pounds. He knows wrestling and jiu-jitsu, right? If we sent in 8 men of Tom Aspinall's size and skill level, they would kill the gorilla. Now, yes, some would die, but that is a price I am willing to pay to prove to the world that 10 solid MMA fighters could kill a gorilla. Obviously, some are going to die. Obviously. We take that for granted. But the gorilla will not survive. Gorillas aren't even aggressive. They're low-key autistic, if any. That's what I mean, mate. By the time the gorilla has eaten Ian, Gary, and John Jones, it'll be confused and worried about what is going on. That is when we can make our move. Am I crazy to say that I don't think anyone dies? They just get badly maimed. I think someone would die. I think if you'd send in these 10 blokes, like, one of them is bound to die, right? One of them's bound to die. They'd have to die. One of them would have to die. I think if this was the lineup that we would send in, I would assume that Ian's going to die. I would assume that John Jones is going to die just because of the battle tactics that I'm using. And then Yusuf Zalal, MVP. I mean, Manel Kapp has got a very dangerous job. He's got to poke the gorilla in the eyes. I think we'd probably lose 3 blokes out of the 10 blokes that we sent in there to fight this gorilla. Legitimately, with this battle plan that I've come up with, I think we would come out with 7 MMA fighters still alive. Leopards always go for the younger gorillas. It would take 3 at least to beat a big old silverback. Well, again, leopards can't strategize like we can. 1 MMA fighter is equal to 2 to 5 men. I agree, Spectronometers. And that's what I'm saying. Like, imagine 10 men of Tom Aspinall's skill level, strength, and size. Gorillas are actually peaceful towards humans, not after he's in there with Ian Gary. He'll want to kill Ian Gary. Like, if Ian Gary goes wandering in, he goes, "Oh, hello there, would you be interested in my wife, Layla?" The gorilla would start to get pissed off with his voice and want to tear him to shreds. Do you know how many autistic kids are scary and aggressive? True, Christian Grey. What's up, Tracy? How are you? 1 gorilla versus 1 forward escort. Who wins? A forward escort would destroy a gorilla. Destroy a gorilla. Gorillas are 1.5 times stronger than us pound for pound average. Average silverbacks weigh 380 pounds, therefore as strong as 3 athletically ripped 190 pound men. 5 Tom Aspinalls alone would beat the gorilla. I agree, Shotgun. I think 5 Aspinalls alone would beat the gorilla. You don't want to annoy the specials, otherwise they throw the desk across the room. That's true, mate. That's very true. Thoughts on Layla trying to get piped by Buckley? Yeah, so, I don't know if you guys have seen this. Let's go over to this. Let's jump over to this. Layla, there's actually a few things to cover. Number 1, Bo Nicholas put his... No, you know what? Let's not do that first. Let's do this one first. Number 1, let's have a look at Layla versus Buckley. Layla versus Buckley. So here we go. There's Buckley at the weigh-in, at the pre-fight weigh-in. Why is the intro music still playing? Be quiet, intro music. There's Buckley at the weigh-ins. And there's Ian Gary on the desk. There's Layla handing Ian Gary his son. And here comes Layla up to Buckley. And look at the smile on her face. Look at the heaven that she is at. She sees Buckley. And she goes, "G'day, big boy." Shoulder strap drops. Shoulder strap drop. We all know what that means. That's seduction right there. That's female seduction 101. Push-up bra, hair pushed back, shoulder exposed. This is, if you're ever in the club and this is coming on to you, if there a woman is approaching you in this manner in the club, boys, you are on. So here's Ian Gary's wife coming up to Buckley to give him the rub. And Buckley is saying, "Nah, bitch." You see Buckley turning away? Buckley's going, "Nah, bitch, I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in that." And Buckley's going to turn away. And Ian Gary doesn't believe what he's seeing. He's going, "Look at that! It's finally happening! My dreams are coming true!" And Ian Gary is looking locked in at this moment right here. This is seduction. Let's have a look. Do you want to annoy those guys? Thoughts on Layla? We did that one. By the way, there are 0 records of gorilla ever killing a human being. I'm sure a gorilla has killed a human being. I'm sure a gorilla has killed a human being. You can go to Africa and sit in the jungle with gorillas and they just sit around eating leaves and farting. That is true. There's been lots of like travel YouTubers that have gone into Africa and just hung out with the gorillas and they do just eat leaves and farts. Gaziev turns the gorilla into a happy shawarma. Why does this woman continue to embarrass Ian Gary publicly? I mean, we got to remember, Super Shotgun, this is the woman that literally wrote the book on how to be a gold digger. She lives for internet attention. She's very clever. She is very, very clever. Layla Machado is very clever when it comes to stirring up internet drama. I do not doubt for a second that she heard Buckley in the audience and knew that she was going to make a moment of this. I believe 100% she knew that she was going to make a moment of this. How to be a wag. That's right. She wrote the book. She knew that this was going to create drama, and creating drama is good for her bottom dollar. Hey man, how are you? I'm good, brother. I'm good. So Josh, we're just going over stories of the day. Layla Machado, Layla Gary, Ian Gary's wife, trying to seduce Buckley. Yeah, she is with her shoulder exposed. And then the second story of the day is what 10 fighters we would send in to fight a gorilla in an MMA cage. Feel free to jump into the conversation, brother. Welcome. Welcome to the stream, mate. Where am I? I've missed some chats. Sorry, guys. Ian definitely told Layla to approach Buck the Stud. Buck the Stud. Yeah, TY, that's exactly right. She wants that boo. So she does, brother. She does. That was seduction 101. She salivates at the thought of her husband watching her get it. Yeah, she does. She does, Woeful. She absolutely does. Absolutely, mate. Can you do an impression of Buck and Ian swapping bodies? Of Buck and Ian swapping? I can't, because Ian wouldn't swap. Ian would just go, go on, get in there and take her, mate. Google AI says there's been no deaths in the wild or captivity. That's crazy. I have a hard time believing that. I truly have a hard time believing that a gorilla has never killed a human being. I really do. Like most animals, you have to be around the baby to piss it off enough to attack you. That makes sense. I mean, again, they're herbivores. They're not there to hunt us. You know what I mean? They're not like hippos. You know what I'm saying? She definitely loves the attention, being front and center, just like they put the camera on her right before the Ian fight, and she was loving the attention. Yeah, dude, that's what... Like, She inserted herself when the whole MMA community realized that she wrote the book on how to be a wag and how to be a gold digger. She inserted herself directly into that. She continues to insert herself into fan narratives. What's up, Chris? She loves the attention. She's very clever. Very, very clever. So I believe in my heart, when she saw Buckley in the audience, she was like, I'm going to get a viral moment out of this. And then prepared herself for the how you going. And Buckley did the right thing. Whenever you see a succubus, turn away from it. Men, turn away from the succubus. Turn away from that. Do not get sucked in by the succubus. What's up, QP? Good to see you, mate. I hope you're well. Let's see if we can get a better freeze frame on that one. There it is. Yes. Dun, dun, shh. Dun, dun, shh. She definitely loves the attention, or if it knows it's being hunted, the gorilla will get a little bit defensive. I agree, Chris. The book was 100% satire. Worst example is calling Ian a pussy for not hiding The worst example would be for calling Ian a pussy for not hiding Hamza in an elevator. That's true. I mean, that's a great other example as well. Portuguese Herzog. Trying to get Ian Gary to fight Hamzat Chimaev in an elevator. She lives for drama. She's one of those human beings that just needs the drama. Cayman, what's up, dude? Cuckanese. That's it, man. Cuckanese. In real life, bears are pussies. Crocodile ain't scared of anyone, though. Yeah, most deadly animals like that aren't scared of anyone would be crocodile, hippo, that kind of thing. Buck the Stud is deadly, mate. Did you know before Layla was involved in MMA, she used to work in soccer? She was known for trying to bag all the footballers. Neymar was one of them. The law goes deep with this woman. I didn't know that, but I'm not surprised. I thought she was in the media for soccer. That's where I thought she was, dude. No, the impression Layla creates a machine to make Ian and Buck swap bodies, so it's not up to Ian. Oh, in the impression, Layla creates a machine, and it makes Ian and Buckley swap bodies. Well, no, that wouldn't work, because then Ian's body would be fucking Layla, but Buckley would be watching from the side. No, she wouldn't enjoy that. Ian Gary loves his cupcakes. He does, mate. Did you hear about the terrorist attack here in Vancouver? I didn't, mate. What was the terrorist attack? Would the gorilla win? No. So we've decided that 8 out of our 10 athletes would easily kill the gorilla. Maybe Lucas Tracy is onto something with the gorillas being overrated. 0 deaths is crazy. You know, Lucas might be onto something. Although I didn't hear Lucas's video, to be fair. Hamzat would have eaten his face. Dude, Hamzat would have destroyed Ian Gary in that elevator. Destroyed him. Now, while we're back on the topic of gorillas, Mr. Beast has posted, we need 100 men to test this. Are there any volunteers? Mr. Beast, we all know how he is. He'll set up a viral video. He'll get people to sign non-disclosures. He'll go to some country like Chad in South Africa where they don't have any laws. Mr. Beast will be the one to set this up for viral views. The man has no soul. No soul at all. But the reason why I am bringing this up to you guys is because Bo Nickel is down for the challenge. Bo Nickel has put his hand up to be one of the men to take on Mr. Beast challenge, 100 men to fight a gorilla. And I think if 100 men do fight the gorilla, Bo Nickel will be one of the few to die. Because he'll be cocksure enough of himself to run into the fire and attack head on. I think Bo Nickel would actually die if 100 men chose to take on the gorilla. There's likely no gorilla attack records because the gorillas live in rural Africa, like the Congo or Uganda. A lot of these areas don't even have internet. Some of those poor have never even seen cars before. I think that is most likely what it is. Like, I find it very difficult to believe that not a single human being has died via gorilla. I would say it's because the record keeping is the problem. That's why I don't let people clown. That's why I don't people clown on her. That's why I don't people clown on her. She made herself a public figure and asked for all of this. If she wasn't a supportive wife who stayed in the background, most fighter wives would be different. Yeah, no, she's inserted herself into this. This is part of their game. This is how they rile up the media attention. What's up, Johnny? Good to see you. Like, Layla wants to play the game. You know what I mean? This isn't like Dustin Poirier's wife who just sits on the background and supports him. You know what I mean? Layla plays the game. What's up, Blanca? How are you, brother? How are you? That was a Flukus classic. I gotta go back and watch it. I haven't watched it yet. How many people died? I'd take a bet. How many people died? How many people would die to beat a saltwater crocodile? In a 10-on-1 against a crocodile, we're probably going to lose 2 to 3 guys again. Yeah, she worked in media doing interviews and covering. So yeah, so she knows the game. She knows the game. Layla would have Ian and Buck swap bodies because she still loves Ian, but she also wants the BBC. All right, Betty boy. Didn't Mike Tyson want to scrap with the gorilla in his prime? Yeah, Mike Tyson was actively calling out a gorilla. Yeah. I offer that to you because average man can't bench their own weight. They certainly can't submit a gorilla or throw a proper leg kick. Yeah, the average man is fucked, but 10 Tom Aspinalls is killing the gorilla. Give me $1 million and say no more. I'll be all the way in on the back row. Yeah, you don't want to be at the front row. But yeah, if Mr. Beast is going to set this up, let's go for it. Can you do an impression of one Bo Nickel versus 100 gorillas? You know, I think my striking's really coming along. You know, I think it's really coming. I might not even try and shoot it. Oh my god, I'm dying! A Filipino dude got mad his mom overcooked the shrimp, so he drove his Audi through the Filipino. Oh, I did hear about that one. Yeah, that fucking sucks, man. That is a horrible, horrible thing. Yeah, I did hear about that, Chris. That is horrible. Amanda Nunes can defeat 20 gorillas at one time. No, Johnny, no. Yeah, that is truly sad stuff. But expected more. Why? That's the way Canada is going. I know, and RIP to Canada. RIP to Canada as well. I heard about how the election went. Hi, everybody in chat. Hi. Exactly. Compare it to, like Dustin's wife, Eddie's wife. They just sit supportive in the background. Layla Machado Gary inserts herself into it. Even with that, gorillas can't have killed many because they've been reporting lion killings for hundreds of years. Huh. Well, again, the gorillas aren't hunting humans. Lions hunt humans. Probably less than 1 a year. Yep, you're good. Can you at least do an impression of Ian turning himself Afro-Brazilian? Afro-Brazil. I need to go find Gilbert Burns to get myself that sort of look. That look where you don't know what ethnicity it is. And while I'm there with Gilbert Burns, I'll bring Layla and watch Gilbert Burns dig in. How many pay-per-view sales would Francis Ngannou versus a gorilla get? 5 million pay-per-views. Not even joking. I think the record is like 10. I think human beings are sick fucks. They will want to see it. What the hell is going on? I don't know, dude. It's sad. Yeah, there are things. There are also things online that Mary Jane was never confirmed to kill any, but people have died from smoke. Yeah, no, I am certain a gorilla's killed somebody. Hi, Blanca. Hi, Josh. How are you, mate? Who wins in a fight between Layla versus D. Devlin? Ooh, D. Devlin, mate. She's the real shit. D. Devlin fights off Conor McGregor every night when he's trying to impregnate her again. Dougie, was it Why Naturally Good on you? Dougie. That was naturally good. Are you by any chance American? That was unnaturally good. Are you by any chance? I'm not. I just have a decent American accent when I want to turn it on. If that were my wife, I'd be pissed. Oh, yeah, dude. Did you, I think we covered it. Yeah, I showed it on the screen. The fact that you're there is literally gorilla tracking system. The fact that there is literally a gorilla trekking tourism to go out and trek with the gorillas proves that they are extremely docile. I don't know about that, Shotgun, because there is tourism for swimming with sharks. There's tourism for going and looking at crocodiles. There's tourism for fucking free diving off buildings, like jumping off buildings with just a parachute. There's tourism for all sorts of crazy shit that can kill you. I think a croc is much tougher to fight between, been around for millions of years and evolved to take down large prey. I agree, dude, but the problem is, again, 10 Tom Aspinalls versus a crocodile. The croc is going to chew up a couple of guys, but eventually its mouth can only be at one place at a time, which is why in this scenario, we're feeding Ian Gary and John Jones to the gorilla early and then sending in backup waves. Like, an animal has only got one attack point, its mouth. Maybe some claws, but really there's not a lot going on. We, the humans, can overpower it. They're not even dangerous kind of herbivore like elephants, hippos, etc. Yeah, like hippos will attack human beings for fun. For fun. They're not like, they're herbivores, but they will attack human beings just for fun. R.I.P. to Canada indeed. Pray for us, brother. We'll be out of here by next year, 100%. It's funny how like so many Western men are now working on an exit plan. Good luck to the governments in the future when all of your tax earners fucking get up and leave. Enjoy that. I got Aussie land in my thoughts, for fuck's sake. So, yeah, no, dude, that's why we're all going to meet up in Thailand at the compound. The entire based MMA community. We're going to Thailand to watch Muay Thai. We're setting up a compound. It will happen, mate. Put good thoughts out there. Dustin's wife is so awesome. She was with him through bullshit and supported him throughout his entire career. McGregor and Colmy are pricks for putting her down, to be honest. Yeah, they are. They're absolutely pricks. Dustin's wife is fucking amazing. Amazing. What's up, Cheddarhead? Good to see you, bro. Dougie, why does YouTube hate you? Been live for 30 minutes. I've been live for 30 minutes. I think YouTube hates me because it tracks what I say, and I truly believe that I might be shadow banned. I'm truly, because if I can upload this stream and you can click download transcript, that means it knows word for word what I'm saying. And after doing so many live streams, I believe that I've got a shadow banning. PayPal has yet to contact me back about why I was even banned in the first place. So, you know, the bannings for Dougie continue. Constantly banned no matter what platform I go onto. But that's okay. I don't give a fuck. I've got you boys. And as long as you 15 to 20 cunts know that I'm here, they'll fucking press on. Good to see you, Cheddarhead. Good to see you, mate. I like all of your streams and YouTube is still hating. I'm almost certain that I've been shadow banned. Certain. But that's okay. Where was I up to? What? Yeah, but they don't let you swim with the crocs with no protection. You could literally go right up to the gorillas and they're like 5 feet. That is true. That is true. Like, they put a cage around you when you're in there against a great white shark. What's up, Paul, formerly known as... What's up, Daniel, formerly known as Paul? What's up, bitches? That's the joke of the day. D. Devlin fights off Conor. It's true, mate. It's true. Why do you think she's always pregnant? And Conor McGregor is a serial rapist. Oh, Cheddar, thank you for the $10, brother. Didn't even comment anything. Good on you, mate. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, dude. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. Thank you, Cheddarhead. You're a bloody legend, mate. That is a lot of money, man. Thank you. The arm touch thing women do is a telltale sign that she wants... Yeah, that was, like I said, not the aim, bro. The exposed shoulder, the hair back, the rubbing of the forearm. That was all game, bro. That was all game, man. Bro, I think people are really underestimating the gorilla here. I think 10 Francis Ngannous could beat the gorilla. People get pilled by... I don't think even 10 Francis Ngannous could beat the gorilla. People get killed by pitbull. Yeah, a pack of pitbulls, but this is what I'm saying, like... The attack comes in numbers, QP, and we have the numbers on our side here. In any scenario, someone will be a sacrificial lamb. Yeah, so it might as well be Ian Gary. What the fuck have I just walked into? Did you sanction this, Nacho? Nacho's not here, unfortunately. We need Nacho. Most of those animal attack records happening during the British colonial times anyway, so it's not like we have a ton of data on this, and the British were in very concentrated areas mostly. True. And you know the British, they would have seen the gorillas and found a way to try and get them to work for them for free. The British would have put themselves in the gorillas' territory and started fucking around. That's poor taste. Don't forget that we're all going to have a based orgy. No, TY, absolutely not. I don't think you're shadow banned. You showed up in my algorithm on two of my YouTube accounts. I think you're just time zone. So it could be that as well, Big Ben. Could be that as well. I mean, that's fair enough. I am the night shift of MMA YouTube. There's no way you're banned and Guru isn't though, right? I don't know, dude, because Guru came in earlier and built his audience. And even so, like, you know, Guru's got 300,000 subscribers, but his streams get like 2,000 views. And Guru's known for not getting notifications pushed out as well. So I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I could be wrong. Obviously, I could be wrong. Yeah, I have no doubt Super Shotgun thinks gorillas are all GSP and some wolves are all Anderson Silvers. I have no doubt Super Shotgun thinks all gorillas are GSPs and something like wolves are all Anderson Silvers. Yeah, they're not that nimble, mate. They're not that nimble. What's this ranking about? This is who we're sending in to fight the gorilla, Cheddarhead. Who we're sending in to fight the gorilla. Like the stream, you bloody dingbat. Like the stream, boys. Help the channel grow. We are more likely to see guerrilla attacks when they are competing against us for food or we're hunting against them for food. And that's something that's very common for most of African history. Yeah, again, like the Afrikaans lived on the savannah and still do with gorillas to this day. And it's, you know, they only got gunpowder. They only got guns like a couple of 100 years ago. They've been killing gorillas. Dougie, I'm high. I'm sorry to try and keep up. I just got here. You're all good, QP. You're all good, man. Thank you for joining me at all. Gorilla is a weak-ass vegan. Send in Bo Nickel. So did you see, simply kudos, Bo Nickel has offered to go. How often do you think Ian Gary fights Richard Cullen over Layla? Ian Gary, this is the point. He doesn't fight anyone over Layla. He just lets them have her. I tried to get motherfuckers to link your channel today in musicals chat, Dougie, but Homeboy Western not a mod anymore. That's alright, dude. I don't mind. I don't mind, dude. It's not me. It's alright, Chris. I don't mind. My channel is... We're doing great. We're doing great. We're doing great. Now, what do you guys want to do next? What do you guys want to do next? I've got 2 ideas that I need your help with. So what do you guys want to do next? Create. What's next? Funny memes bagging Bilal or killer animal tier list. So, are we going to stay with the animals? Are we going to stay with the animals and keep doing a killer animal tier list? Or are we going to make funny memes bagging Bilal? Because I've been working on memes to destroy Bilal Muhammad, and I'm going to be releasing shit every single day on posts to annoy Bilal. Like, things for instance, like this one, which I'm going to be posting in a couple of days. Jack Melman Elena knows how to get a finish, can't be chinned, actually has Canelo hands, doesn't quit when he's touched in the eye, going to knee you in the fucking face. So I'm going to be doing things like that over the next couple of days. You guys can help me with that, but we can always come back to that later because there's 12 days. Oh, killer animal tier list? Alright, we're going to do the killer animal tier list. We'll go over to the Bilal thing later. There's plenty of time until UFC 315. Let me read some chats to catch up, and then we'll do a killer animal tier list. Hang on 1 second, boys. Let me read some chats to catch up, and then we'll do a killer animal tier list. Oh, God, that's funny. Can you do an impression of 100 Bo Nickels versus a gorilla, but all the No Nickels clones start glazing themselves and the gorilla just leaves? Okay. Alright, so at 100 Bo Nickels, you know we're going to get this gorilla. Oh, bro, our striking is so good. Dude, I know, I might not even bring in wrestling into the next fight. Is 7 Anthony Smith? Is the 7th one Anthony Smith the one that we were going to throw in against the gorilla? No, I will send in a gorilla to fight the gorilla. That, Johnny, that's just clever. That is just clever. Can you do a poll if chat thinks Alexa Grasso's feet are yummy? No, Yog, we've done the poll before. You weren't here for it. That's on you, brother. Too much coffee. Can you do an impression of DDP versus a gorilla, but the gorilla sees the African spirit within him and embraces him and joins the force and joins forces with him to train? Give us that there vine, or see I've struck a nerve there, gorilla friend. Okay, you guys got this very wrong. Where is the mention of Jessica I and Lerone Murphy? Bruh, for fuck's sake, do I have to carry you guys consistently? Why are we forcing Lerone Murphy to fight a gorilla? I don't know that much about Bilal. Fair enough, Spectronominus. Fair enough. Animals, but can we see the meme still? I showed you one of the memes. There you go. Yep. To be honest, your YouTube channel is pretty niche in MMA. It's still kind of small, and it's a bad time zone, but you have a pretty big channel considering bigger than 80% of MMA. Yeah, no, I do. That's why I'm like, I feel great about where the channel is at. I truly do. Like, we've been going for like a year and a half. The community's great. I can click live at any time and people will join me. I have live streamed by myself before in the past. It sucks, and it might happen again one day. So the fact that people watch any of the videos and join any of the streams is a fucking blessing. You know, and the fact that I can go and get a Philly cheesesteak, or I can go for a run in the forest and click live and someone will be there to say g'day, you know. Minute I have to go. I already left my like. Have a great day. You too, Blanca. You too. Shout out to Chili, man. Thank you for joining the stream. So yeah, the channels were right where it needs to be. It's perfect. Do the Bilal Muhammad tier. We'll go back to it. Polar Bear. I like that image. My only problem with JDM becoming the champ is his nose. That's alright. You don't have to look at his nose. Look at his fucking knockouts, cunt. Who gets more sticks if you're trapped on an island like Tom Hanks in Castaway? Jessica Andrange, Leroy Murphy, or Molly McCann? I escape the island. I do whatever it takes. It's completely different, mate. It's completely different. All while Ian Gary watches, absolutely fucking not, mate. Don't be disgusting. Okay, let us start a new Deadliest Animals tier list. Here we go. New Deadliest Animals tier list. Gorillas. Not that fucking deadly. To be honest, in fact, they've never actually killed anyone in recorded history. See ya, Blanca. So gorillas are going dead fucking last. Dead fucking last. Polar bears, extremely fucking deadly. Polar bears are A-tier deadly level. Polar bears are very, very deadly. Where are we at? Imagine cringy Dougie streaming talking to nobody with his cringy jokes. Imagine cringy Dougie with these cringy jokes like on the job site. That's what it's like, Shotgun. It's embarrassing, mate. That's embarrassing, right? The question is, Dougie, why wouldn't you force Jessica I and Leroy Murphy to fight the gorilla? I mean, that's true. That's true. I mean, I guess if we're going to pick out 100 MMA fighters, we could really clean up the roster, which is what the UFC needs. So this would be great. A pre-recorded stream. It wasn't a pre-recorded stream. It wasn't a pre-recorded stream. To be fair, it's 12 a.m. in the States with a majority of Hispanic fans. I know local Texas. I know, which is why, like, I think the channel does great considering how bad my time zone is. Can you do an impression of DDP and his gorilla buddy bullying, is he? This is how much we are part of Africa. This is how much. You hang out with dogs, bro. No one said anything about dogs, bro. Come and hang out with the gorillas. People forget, man. Dougie goes to the beach and does sand tier list with 7 toes. Oh, that's true. We have done a sand tier list before. I'll always be in the strand. Thank you, Bilal's good eye. I appreciate it, dude. I truly fucking do, mate. I always appreciate anyone rocking up. I do. Molly gets my sticks. She's a laugh at least. That is true. I mean, at least it would be funny during, right? Hippos are S tier. Hippos are absolutely S tier. Hippos are absolutely S tier. Black, shut it, Cheddar. Don't bring that shit here. Hippos are S tier because hippos attack humans for no reasons, and they're not even fucking carnivores. Like, they're herbivores, and they still kill. I think more people die of hippo attacks every single year than anybody else, like any other animal. So I'm willing to put hippos. I could put a hippo. I'll put polar bear high A tier because I got some other animals in mind. True, Daniel, I agree. The British accent. True, Daniel, I agree. The British accent is lovely, even though it's annoying. Scouse one. What's up, Paddy lad? We're stuck on the island, lad. Stick it in me, lad. Wait, but the gorillas have the potential to be as deadly. The list should be done on the animals. Want to kill you, and that metric gorillas could be B tier. But the gorillas don't kill you. Like, they will just walk away and fart. You know what I mean? These animals will actively come at you and kill you. Polar bears are the only animal that naturally sees humans as food. Well, then, the polar bears are getting moved up to S tier. Polar bears. I had heard that before. I completely forgot about it. Yeah, that is true. That's an S tier for the polar bears, mate. Absolutely true. Yeah. True. Chris Cyborg is S tier. She is an absolute killing machine. True. Gorillas have the potential to kill, so that's how the metric should be. Let's go C tier then. I'll give you a C tier. Like, they don't kill humans, but they can kill humans, Ben. So I'll give you a C tier. But Jessica and Lauren would want to fuck you instead. I mean, that is true. They would. I mean, Molly McCann, you'd have to force her into it. In places like Greenland, where there is lots of polar bears, it's illegal to leave your car locked as there are polar bears and you need somewhere to escape to. True. And in certain places in Iceland, it's illegal to leave your house without a gun. Because you might need to shoot a polar bear. Mosquitoes kill the most people, no bullshit. Well, then mosquitoes better end up high on the list. Can you do an impression of DDP fighting Hamzat? Let me catch up on some chat. Oh no, I'm down here. Okay, let me do a mosquito then. That's true, mosquitoes do kill a lot of human beings. They do kill a lot of human beings. So mosquitoes are going high up on the list. Why are you so... Don't say that, Doug. That'll get clipped out. Not a nice way. Don't do that. There we go. Alright, we'll put mosquitoes high up on the list. S tier. Mosquitoes. Oh, God. Can you do an impression of DDP fighting Hamzat after training with talking gorillas for 8 months? Do an impression of DDP fighting Hamzat after training with talking gorillas for 8 months. Try and take me down, bro. We'll see if I strike a nerve. Try and take me down, brother. You know, I haven't been training wrestling with gorillas in South Africa. I've been training with gorillas in South Africa. They're completely different things, brother. Crocodiles are up there. So we're not talking about fighting ability, but how likely they are to we're sort of doing a vibe check on both. Super Shotgun. We're doing a vibe check on both. You know, the potential to kill you, whether or not they actually kill you as well, right? I like a brown bear. Brown bear would be S tier in fighting ability, but they don't have any interest in humans as we are gross to them. Yeah, see, I'd put a brown bear in high A tier. Because, like, brown bears aren't trying to kill you. Brown bears aren't trying to kill you, but they will fucking kill you. Like, they will fucking kill you. But polar bears want you to die. And mosquitoes, they're essentially just AIDS machines. Mosquitoes are just flying AIDS machines. So mosquitoes have to go in S tier. I mean, imagine syringes full of AIDS. So they're pretty much the vaccine, right? Syringes full of AIDS. Vaccine. That's why Tom Aspinall's constantly sick. Just flying through the air, injecting people for no reason. Like a mosquito is what would have happened. A mosquito is what happens when Anthony Fauci and a liberal get in charge of absolute mandates. They just fly around fucking injecting people with AIDS. S tier. Dougie is S tier, Australia's deadliest mammal. Thank you, simply kudos. Thank you. You're not making a list of animals that are most powerful, just most aggressive. I'm just making a tier list of animals that will fucking kill you, I guess. That's what we're going with. Animals that will fucking kill you. Like a brown bear would be S tier in fighting ability. We did that one. Elephants are a high A tier. Elephants would be a high A tier. They will trample you. True, black bears mostly harmless compared to the great white polar bears. I live in Canada and see them all the time. They mostly run away unless they're with cubs. Yeah, so black bears are even lower down the list. Did anyone see that Lucas Tracy is obviously listening to Dougie Based running MMA YouTube? What's up, Tim? Good to see you, man. I hope you're doing well, brother. Hope you're doing well. It's been a good stream so far, man. Enjoy listening back to it if you don't catch the whole thing. Can you do an impression of Kevin Holland moving to Greenland where he is legally obligated to carry a gun? Wait, you're not carrying a gun? We can't go outside without a gun? Now I'm pissed off. You gotta go outside with a gun. You don't carry a 45-70? You're a big dude. Big dude. We going out there against polar bears? You're gonna need a 45-70. Living in England, I'm so glad we don't have any of these scary twats roaming about. True, Dig. Very true. You don't have to worry about shit like this. You've got different kinds of deadly animals. They're always stealing your garbage, though. There's fucking pests. Black bears will break into your home. So will polar bears, mate. Again, you need to have, like, in cities in New York, there needs to be fire escapes and fire exits. But in certain cities, in Svalbard, I think it is, you have to legally have... What's up, Larry? You have to legally have a polar bear escape exit. Bro, snakes. Fuck snake. Yep, true. Fuck snakes. True. Timothy Treadwell, rest in pieces. I think the list should be on the animal absolutely wanting to kill you versus how likely it will be to kill you. I think we're just having fun with it, Benny. Just chugging on the animals. Chugging on some animals, and what is the likelihood or the ability, their want to fucking kill you. A little bit of both. Massive migration of dangerous bear. Alright, chat ahead. Fucking pull up, mate. Pull up. Can we talk about the elephant in the room? Of course, simply kudos. What is it? Freddie Mercury. Exactly. Freddie Mercury mosquito. Just flying AIDS mosquitoes. Bears don't even bother to kill. They just cripple you and start eating. That is fucking brutal. The fact that they just start chewing into you while you're alive. Ugh. Ugh, no thank you. Fucking no thank you. Respectfully speaking, here as a lower middle management for the compound, but where the fuck is Nacho? Does he know you're doing this? Maybe Nacho didn't get the memo. Oh no, you know what? Nacho will be with his daughter. Nacho will be with his daughter. Nacho, I know what Nacho will be doing. It'll be daddy-daughter time. Yep. Cheers, Dougie. Ripping this womp. Get it, Christian Grey. One of the best, brother. Venomous Steaks, Mumbas, Cobras, Type Brands, etc. We have in my state that I have camped near tiger snakes. We have brown snakes. Very deadly. And we have them near the places where we like to go camping here. It sucks. Dougie, did you see Lucas's post with the gorilla? I saw his post. I haven't watched it, Timmy boy. I hope you're doing good, man. How was your day today? I hope you're doing good. Every time I see Alexa Grasso's feet, I get rock hard. You do, Yog. You do. Man, those fucking arsehole underpants gomes that keep breaking into my place. It's getting so expensive to have to keep replacing all my underwear. Damn inflation. I mean, stop shitting in it. Mate, stop shitting in it and you won't have to keep throwing it out. Jellyfish. I don't know if I've told you guys about this before, but there's a jellyfish in Australia that the Australian government tries to keep quiet. It's called the fucking Irukandji jellyfish. And it's fucking millimeter, it's microscopic, it's millimeters big. And when it stings you, you get a fucking heart attack. And it swamps the tourist areas of Australia. I think you're insane going camping with all those snakes without any anti-venom. I know. I don't even have a snake bite kit. And I should get a snake bite kit. I keep telling myself, Dougie, buy a snake bite kit. I never do. Can you do an impression of DDP protecting the one gorilla against 100 people in the Mr. Beast video, killing Mr. Beast and Bo Nickel? Leave the gorillas alone! Leave him alone! He's my friend! I know you see him as an animal, but he's my friend. It's completely different things. Completely different things. Completely different. Leave him alone. You, Mr. Beast, you're the beast, not the gorilla. And you, Bo Nickel, should be ashamed of yourself. Hyenas low to high B tier. I wouldn't want to mess with them since how big their clan. Yeah, a pack of hyenas would fuck you up. Fuck you. Where's jellyfish? Jellyfish. Now, jellyfish, I'm going to be putting it in the A tier. Because, again, the jellyfish will kill you, but it's not like polar bears, hippos, and mosquito. It's not hunting you. So I think we're seeing where this tier list sort of goes, right? Like a gorilla can kill you, but it's not hunting you. You're unlucky to die via gorilla. Where these animals want to kill you. Up the top. S tier, they want to kill you. Jellyfish don't want to kill you, but they fucking will. And tiger snakes also want to kill you because they're very aggressive. But at least tiger snakes, you'll get a chance to get anti-venom. You won't die straight away like a fucking hippo or a polar bear. So maybe mosquitoes can go low S tier because they want to hunt your blood and they're full of AIDS, but they're not trying to kill you. But they are hunting you for your blood. Whereas jellyfish aren't hunting you. You just happen to swim in front of them. And then they kill you. That just sounds like your average Australian neighbour, doesn't it, local taxi driver? Hyenas make good pets? Fuck that. Although my mum knows someone who's got some dingoes as a pet. Did you get the snake venom kit yet? Nope. Tigers are S tier killer. Tigers are an S tier killer, dig. That's true. I think you're going camping. I know. The only ones they don't steal are the ones that I shit in. Clever Larry. Outthinking the underpants gnomes, or gnomes as I like to call them because I'm retarded. Yeah, he spoke about this a while back. There you go. They didn't want to tell anyone because of tourism. That's literally the story of That's right. I did speak about this a while back. I think I even brought up the article now. Now I'm remembering. I think I brought up the Wikipedia article. For some reason, they don't seem to have any problem with taking the ones prematurely ejaculated it. Well, they're going after your unvaccinated sperm, Larry. Unvaccinated sperm. You can't just buy anti-venom. No, but you know what I mean, Bilal, how like at all the Chemist Warehouse there's those like snake bite kits with the wraps and shit. I don't even have one of them, which is fucking dumb. It's fucking dumb. I should have one of them underneath my driver's seat. Brown bears live in the mountain areas of Poland. Most dangerous animals very wet. Well, this one I'd say a wolf. Wolf pack. A pack of wolves is super fucking dangerous. A pack of wolves, these hunt Russian women. I've seen those videos of Russian women getting caught in the street, being fucking mauled alive by a pack of wolves. Wolf packs are fucking scary as shit. You don't want to go near wolf packs. They will hunt down poor blonde Russian women. And we need to be honest, boys. We need to be honest. There's not a lot of blonde Russian women out there. You know, so the fact that Putin is allowing them to be hunted down by packs of wolves is one of the rare things Putin does wrong. This is a fucking tragedy. Hunting down Russian blonde women. There's only so many of them. A pack of female hyenas would peg the shit out of you. That's disgusting. That is disgusting. Imagine a bunch of Whoopi Goldbergs pegging the shit out of you. Shout out to the Lion King. Dougie, if you could turn any animal into after you died, what would you pick? Ooh. 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 Any animal. Probably an eagle. Probably an Australian eagle. Timmy, thank you for the $10, man. Fuck the humanity, bro. Earn an MMA YouTube plays to your tune, and this is my 14th piece of ever. Thank you, brother. Thank you for the $10, dude. I really appreciate it. I mean, we gotta stay humble, dude. You gotta stay humble, you know what I mean? But thank you, brother. I appreciate it very, very much. There have been times where I've made a video and a couple of hours later I've noticed somebody else make a video and I've wanted to tag you in it. But thank you, dude. I appreciate it very, very much, man. Thank you for the $10. Thank you, Cheddarhead, for the $10 before. That's a lot of money, you guys. Thank you very much. I appreciate you guys. And the donos. Thank you, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's a lot of money. It is a lot of money. $10, man. Thank you. Thank you. Let me press on with some chats. Dougie does kind of fight like Tarzan. That's true. I do. In a loincloth. Can you do an impression of Ian, Gary, and Layla taking a trip? Shit, I went past the wrong one. Thank you, Tim. You're a legend. Can you do an impression of Ian, Gary, and Layla taking a trip to the beach, but Layla cucks Ian with a jellyfish for some reason? Layla, let's go to the beach, eh? Oh, watch out, Layla. There's jellyfish in there. Oh, something else that can give me a sting. You can't, Ian. I have heard that Aussie jellyfish try and keep it under wraps. They do. That stuff in the water that scares the most travel down under. Yeah, but you just sort of got to fucking jump in, Chris. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen shit in my backyard, and you just still got to jump in. You gotta jump. You don't listen. I've seen jellyfish. We've seen fucking seals. There's been sharks out there. There's been dolphins. There's shit in there in my backyard. But it doesn't matter. It's fucking hot. You take off your clothes after work. You get out of the van and you fucking jump in. And if today's the day you die in the water, fuck it. That's part of being an Aussie. When you go for your citizenship test or when you're born as part of the Aussie baptism, they say, are you a pussy? And you say, no, cunt. And they go, fucking welcome to Australia, mate. And they give you your passport. That's how it works, brother. That's how it works. Dingoes sound like a fun pet. They're literally just wolves. Lions, Pumas, and Jaguars. Yeah, fuck all that. That is a proper S-tier lineup, Cheddarhead. Why is the mosquito an S-tier? They're flying AIDS machines that are hunting you. They're full of bacteria, and most people die because of mosquito bites. But when it comes to animal attacks, it's because they're dying of malaria from mosquitoes. What's up? Never renamed once. How are you, dude? Rabid dog or another animal, S-tier. One dog, not so bad, but a pack, horrible. Horrible. You're a good man, dude. I really enjoy the same. Thank you, Joshua. I appreciate it, man. I really enjoy you guys being here. I don't feel like Oz was home until I ran over my first snake in my car. I felt like Australia finally embraced it as a Kiwi. That's when you know, dude. That's when you know. When you've seen the snake and you've run over it, that's when you know. I want a pet wallaby so bad. Are they assholes, though? I think wallabies are chill. I've been going up, as you guys know, going for runs in the bush on Saturdays. Always there's kangaroos and wallabies. They are very chilled. Very chill. I can get right up to them and they're so chilled. The sea is scary as shit. It is, mate. But you've got to jump in, dig. It's part of being a man. And as much as I love swimming, ever since I've been younger, I'm terrified of swimming in open waters. I get it. I 100% get it. I get nervous as well. But you just got to do it. You have to do it. From seeing Jaws and Piranha horror movies, I get it. I get it, Chris. I absolutely get it. When we're out in the mountains doing cold plunges in black water that you can't see in, you can't even see, like you're in black water, it's the mountains, you're alone, there's no reception, you can't even see your hands, your body, you can't see anything underneath, like maybe this far underneath you, you can't see shit. It is terrifying. It is terrifying. You have to do it. Part of being a man. Look up rabies and how horrible it is. There is no cure. Once you start showing symptoms, you're done. You're done. You're done. Okay, then we'll do a rabid dog S tier. Wolves remember faces too. That's why they're after blonde Russian women, dig. Because they know the taste and they remember the look of all those delicious Dutikovas. Rhinos are going to be A tier. They're blind and they take it out in the world because of it. Fucking blind, raging animals with a giant spear on their head. What was God thinking when he did that? Let's make an animal that is as hard hitting as a train and put a fucking spear on it and then just rage it out being blind. What was God thinking? Paul's got the last one. We got to get out of here. Do you guys have black widows down under? We have them here on the... We have whitetails and redbacks. We don't have black widows. We have whitetails and redbacks. Wolfpacks are so great and vicious that early men only saw... Wolfpacks are so great and vicious that early man only saw himself in the beast creating the domestic dog. Early man knew that they had to genetically modify the wolfpack, never renamed once. They saw wolfpacks and they went, fuck. We don't even know how to talk yet. We are still going, but we got to genetically engineer this shit. Otherwise, we're not going to make it as a race on this planet. That's how seriously early men took wolf packs. Can you do an impression of Evil Dougie turning into a Russian wolf? Do svidanya, cunt. What is your most venomous spider that lives there? I think it's the funnel web. I don't know. I think it's the funnel web. Or the redback. Pretty sure if you don't get a redback bite sorted out, you'll die. Turn into a Neanderthal, they're animals. That is true. Why do you have to go on being Whoopi Goldberg into a conversation about shit underwater where animals kill people? Everything was so nice and pleasant before you mentioned it. Sorry, Larry. Humility. No, we've got to have a bit of humility. Got to have a bit of humility and a bit of humanity. But I appreciate you, Tim. King Kong should be on Planet of the Apes movie. King Kong should be in a Planet of the Apes movie. You should be. You should be. God, there's so many chats. Slow down, boys. Slow down, boys. No more chatting, boys. It's all done. It's over. It's over. No more chatting. Let me catch up with everybody. Bro, wait, you're in Australia? God knows what you have seen and heard. Wildlife down there is insane. RIP Steve Irwin. I am in Australia, mate. QP, have you been to the home screen of the channel? It says an Aussie's take on all things MMA. But yes, I'm in Australia. And yes, we have been camping quite a bit down here. And yes, we have seen quite a few animals. In fact, we have done a live stream next to a goanna by a river. And we have done a live stream next to kangaroos on a mountain. And I've shown videos of canoeing with dolphins before. Yeah, you're a dumb dingbat cunt of a thing. No, you've got to... No. Get the snake kit? Yes, I do have to get the snake kit. That is true. Dingoes eat Australian babies. Dingoes have eaten an Australian baby. Or have they? Or did she just rage out and kill her own baby? Who knows? Fuck me, I'm behind on the chats. Dingoes eat Australian babies. It's nuts. Kenny is here for at least 30 sus comments and stream. I know. It's weird. The stream's much better without Kenny. Do we have to ban him? I don't know. Should we ban Kenny? I don't know, but the stream's more enjoyable without him. Kenny, warning. This is a warning. So next time you're here, Kenny, I'm giving you an official warning. Because the stream has been far more enjoyable without you. I'm sorry, Kenny. I love you, but fucking hell, mate. Wolf populations exploded in America, and they aren't much of a problem. The only people who don't like them are cattle ranchers. Fair enough, but that's because you Americans, you organize and get shit done. Whereas us Russians, Serbs, Eastern Russians, just drink vodka and just imagine the problem will sort itself out. Can you locally explain why there are Samoans in Australia, or do I need to just go with the History Channel at this point? We have an open border policy with New Zealand. Essentially, that's what it is. Like, if you have a New Zealand passport, you can just come here and stay. It's not a fucking problem. So they just migrated over here. Good choice as an eagle. That's up there for me too, but would mean more of a snow owl or a Camino dragon. I'd want to see the earth from above. I was thinking a fox, but I like the idea. The sea's crazy as shit. It is. Orca whale would be good too. Just like mosquitoes kill people with malaria, rabid dogs kill many people with rabies. True. A bobcat is a great pet. No, it isn't. Wallabies are less grapey than kangaroos, but a rugby player is a rugby... Rugby player is a rugby. That is true. All right, boys, we're out of here. Who wouldn't want to be one after some smelly? Who wouldn't want to be one after some cheeky blonde Russian woman? Though we can all appreciate that. I mean, we can appreciate what the wolves are after. Paul Kenny. I know Paul Kenny. To be fair, he didn't see his homepage. You probably figured out you were just a retarded Aussie based on your accent. That is true, Larry. That is true. If you hadn't seen it, Cape Buffalo, aka the Back Death Addict, has Widowmakers a high tier. We might come back to the animal tier list. Why do I say we might? We absolutely. Kenny was talking about you earlier in No Chill stream also. He wanted that Korean to pull up here. I love No Chill. I love Kenny, but he's just got to pull up a little bit because the last few streams have been a bit much. But that's it, boys. Thank you so much for joining me on this stream. This was the official... No, TY, you're getting into Kenny territory. This was the official How many MMA fighters would it take to kill a gorilla? And the start of the killer animal tier list. Something that we would come back to. Would you answer my cultural question really quick, please, Doug? It was 2 messages ago. Speaking of the bush down under, I have a cultural question for you, Doug. Do the ladies down under keep their bushes on their down under, or is this disinformation norm? They do not keep the bushes down under. Right, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. See you, boys. Have a good one. Goodbye. I'll see you in tomorrow's video. What will be in tomorrow's video? I'm thinking about doing a tier list. What do you think about this for tomorrow's video? Doing a tier list of all of JDM's best finishes and all of Bilal's best finishes. Doing a tier list of all of JDM's and all of Bilal's best finishes and do a tier list of them. Yeah, I reckon that's what we might go with. Just fucking, I'm going to rile up the Bilal fans so much over the next 10 days. I'm fucking going in. It's going to be such a good time. I'm going to rile the fuck out of them. Oh my god. You know, Larry, natural instincts. Alright, boys, that's probably what I'm thinking I'm going to do. Yeah, that's probably what I'm going to do. Alright, boys, Bilal. I'll rate it. So you just... No, I'll go through all of Gary's. And then I'll just... And Bilal's best finishes are... Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, that's going to be the two. Alright, boys. I'm out of here. I'll see you later. Have a good one. Goodbye. Have a good night, guys. Bye. Oh, man, Bilal. What a...